Tell us why you think you are the best candidate for the MCA job, and follow it up by telling us what you will bring to MEMBLEY.
Our moderators, leadership from MEPRA, my fellow candidates, and all my honorable audience, good evening. My name is Joseph Kamau Ngichu. I come from Gitothua, BTL area. I was born there. I'm 33 years old, the youngest amongst the candidates. And I want to congratulate first the MEPRA community for giving us this platform. Before we started, I was making a light note with the leadership, telling them MEMBLEY has become one of the hardest places to reach the voters. I was even reminding them kitambo, like 20 years ago, how I was coming here nikipitisha ngombe za my dad as I was grazing, but these days it has become so difficult. So I'm from BTL area, Gitothua. I started there my schooling at Baptist Church, where my parents are, we fellowship with together with my family and parents, where we fellowship to date. Later on, I joined Tatu Primary School, where I did class 1 to 8 up to 2003. Later on, I joined high school, Kamkunji Secondary School, up to 2007. And then I joined a college called Coast Institute of Technology, where I started a diploma in accounting together with CPAs. My career, I started my career at RUIRU Municipal Council, where I worked there for 5 months when we had a town treasurer called Marete. Later on, I joined a company called Savo Park Institute. It's a hotel, and later on I finished my career in 2019 in a company called New Generation Limited. I won't concentrate much on the three major issues of an MCA, that is representation, legislation, and oversight. I'll go straight to what I intend to do specifically to MEMBLEY people. My first, where I will put priority is on drainage in MEMBLEY, because we cannot speak of roads. We have very bad roads in MEMBLEY, but we cannot speak of roads when we have not done our drainage. I will focus first on drainage. It is an easy job. When I used to work at the municipal, we already have good machinery which we can just lobby and get them and fuel them, and they will do our drainage within a very short period. Another issue is on the issue of planning and controlled development. I will stop there. I see my time is over, but so my second issue, I was trying to speak about the planning. I'll make sure that, because MEMBLEY is designated to be a planned development, because there is law on when we want to change the purpose of the plot. All right, thank you so much.
A big round of applause for Bwana Joseph Kamau Ngichu.
The county, having passed the zoning policy, designating MEMBLEY as a low/medium density area, continues to issue approvals to developers along the Eastern Bypass, and even within the estate, allowing developers to come up with multi-dwelling units. So to the candidates, we would like you to tell us how you intend to deal with that, how you intend to play your oversight role as far as planning is concerned, and make sure that MEMBLEY will still continue being a low density / medium density area.
On this issue of planning, I will say, as much as there is our controlled planning in MEMBLEY, there is also a way or law that is followed when you want to change the use of the plot. Now, amongst the processes, there is that point where whoever wants to change the use has to make notice and advertise, probably in 2 dailies. Now, first of all, I would like to know where we are getting lost, because maybe probably when the notice given, maybe the MEPRA people, you are not aware. so that because we are required to give feedback to the county, or maybe you are not accessing the people in charge of the approved, or maybe if you are accessing, maybe probably they are colluding with the developers, so that we deal with the issue. So first of all, I'll say, in dealing with this issue of planning, I'll sit with MEMBLEY people and see where the actual problem is coming, because we cannot deal it just like that blindly, because even the developer is also is also a Gitothua resident. So mine, I'll answer it more specifically if I'll know if it is if we are giving feedback, or maybe when the developer is giving notice we are not aware, or something like that. And I'll leave it there.
What is the criterion you are going to use so that whatever little you get for your ward is equitably distributed? The next question also is, how are you going to make yourselves accessible to us so that we don't have people voting for people they have never seen?
Equitable distribution and accessibility.
On the first question, on MEMBLEY being left back, I think you are not being left back alone. Even from where I come from here, the other side of Gitothua, we are also maybe probably more far back than you. So first, the rain is beating us, even not only on the issue from the position of MCA. As you know, RUIRU constituency, because even some of the roads which are being done by the office of the Member of National Assembly. And in RUIRU, you'll notice it is the only constituency with 8 wards in the whole of KIAMBU County. All the other constituency have 5, and even in some cases some have 4. So we should also focus on being left back, also from that angle. On the also, I would like to say, I'll sum it up saying, I've been following what is happening at the KIAMBU County, and say there is a bill that if passed, if by the next government which will come in power, we will be sorted. There is a member of County Assembly from Sianda, one Philip Mobea. He has sponsored a bill which he has proposed that 45% of the development should be directed to the MCA directly. And I believe if with that solution, we will have enough money to do our roads, but we will develop our ward as per the polling station. We will divide our resources. If in BTL area we have invested like 3 million in bursaries, because probably here in MEMBLEY we don't have problem with bursary. We'll invest 3 million here on roads, and that is my thing. Thank you.
Asante. Isaac, over to you.
Thank you, moderator. On the issue of
security is a challenge in this estate. We've been working together as a community to ensure we have security. At the road, I'm sure all of you have used our road here. You can see it's not been completed. For over 5 years, we've been working on this road. If you walk around there, you realize the bumps are sand or soil. Can you imagine soil bumps on tarmac? We have the internal roads. We realize as we visit Gitothua ward on the other side, the roads are curb road and paved. MEMBLEY internal roads, we have none graveled, leave alone paved, none graveled. If you go to the other side of MEMBLEY, we are falling into trenches. So I don't know whether it's a drainage or sewer line that is being worked on, but things are left open. So cars are being collected from the trenches. What are you going to prioritize for MEMBLEY? We have lots of those, and security issues. We also needed to mention the lights. We have floodlights that we see in different parts of the ward. I don't think we see any floodlights in MEMBLEY, other than a few security lights that keep going off. Kindly help us understand how are you going to handle this, and what are you going to prioritize for MEMBLEY residents?
I'll prioritize drainage in MEMBLEY because I see it as the easiest job to be done. I had earlier mentioned that once I had a chance to work at RUIRU Municipal Council, and I know that within our sub-county, we have machinery available. It's just creating a good relation and lobbying for such machinery to be allocated time and come work for us. Because without good drainage, the roads, when it rains, will just go back to the bad roads. Another thing, after improving the roads, it's partially, or to the extent, is also improving the security. Because if you had bad roads, and maybe those are the points where the roads are bad, those are the points where even those who want to destabilize the security will take advantage of the resident of MEMBLEY. So on my second point, I will also focus on increasing the supply of water. And I will start by, like, we can say, standing from the road that cuts across the northern bypass and to Clayworks. We can sit with MEPRA and see how we can consolidate all the utility plots on this side and on the other side, so that we have one big plot which we can do development, and maybe lobby to be drilled a borehole, like the one our honorable member of National Assembly has done over there in BTL. And then with that, I know automatically will improve the supply of water in MEMBLEY.
Thank you, Asante Sana.
What, as a group, what is each candidate behind me going to do for us as youth, which is going to improve our lives?
There are football teams and basketball teams in MEMBLEY, and an upcoming volleyball team that plays at daycare. I have not seen or heard any of the aspirants discuss on how they're going to promote such things in MEMBLEY. We also want to hear what you people have planned when you sit in that seat. If you're going to get us jobs, or you're going to come up with initiatives that will promote job opportunities among the youth of MEMBLEY. What activities will you promote among the youth of MEMBLEY? We have a MEMBLEY Youth Association, and we want it revived. So if you're not going to promise us that, we're not voting for you as youth.
On issues of creating opportunity to the youth, I'll just, apart from lobbying for jobs for our youth, I'll just give a very simple example of what I've done. Personally, I'm also the coach of the BTL Football Club. It's a community FC. And also, I'm a patron of a group that works here at MEMBLEY Roundabout, the youth who are involved with offloading of the sand. And I can tell you, within the last 1.5 years, which I've been their patron, through the skills of an accountant, I've been able to advise them on how to be banking small money, 100, 200, until we came to a point where we were given 16 motorbikes, and that was direct creation of opportunity to those youths. On matter sports, I will say, like on this budget 2022-2023, Kiambu County has given 111 million. But giving just an example of how our money have been misappropriated in the...
Time up. How do you intend to deal with the alcohol and drug abuse menace? That's a very specific question, and I think it touches on a lot of people, and especially our youth.
Personally, if elected, with this issue of alcohol, by first of all making sure we don't have any joints within residential areas. If we must have any business of alcohol, it should be along the eastern bypass. That should be the closest place to alcohol. Another thing is, also as parents, I will challenge you to be a good example for your children, because personally I don't take alcohol, and in our whole household we don't do. I'm not saying it's bad, but when you try to take it, our dad will just ask you, unakunywa ufanane na nani? Sindio? So also it's so scaring that even as we speak, we should also check on, because some of our aspirants are also promoting the same, because we have some who have established to the core of our residences those business of selling alcohol. Thank you.
You need to tell us how you'll support the station so that at least we are secure, because we are here to stay. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator. On my manifesto, I have promised the resident of Gitothua I will give as a giving back to the community, I will make sure we have a standby vehicle to respond to emergencies. That one, as much as we were doing it for health issues, because we are promising people of Gitothua, in case you get an emergency, even in the night, we will be 1 hour away from getting to the hospital. In the same case for the health issue, the vehicle will also come in case there is an emergency call for security. The police, we will give numbers to the residents through our different WhatsApp groups, so that if you have any emergency call for security, you can call the number or the police, and the police will call that number, and then you will be rescued wherever you are within less than 30 minutes. Thank you.
What is this one single thing that you want to do for MEMBLEY in your first 100 days?
In my first 100 days in office, I'll make sure I call a public participation within MEMBLEY. Will be represented by the elderly or the senior parents and the youth, so that we come with a clear roadmap of what we will achieve in my 5 years. And to those who are choosing, like we have the front runners, woe unto you. Keep this in record. In the next 30 days, you may end up being surprised. Thank you.